Wanted to provide an update of what's going on in the Western Wall tours. Being that we're not on site, we have to look for videos or any type of footage we can get, which will show us anything we can see underground at the Western Wall. Here you see a tour by U.S. Ambassador to United Nations, Kelly Craft. She's by the Western Wall, which you see behind her. And you can see they do visit the synagogue. The rabbi will say it. Let's go to the synagogue.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. Now to the synagogue.
Okay, did you hear that?
Thank you very much. Now to the synagogue.
So we're pointing that out because the synagogue is part of the tour. You can clearly see the rabbi said, now let's go to the synagogue. So they're at the Western Wall. And then up above where they were standing was the synagogue. So she did visit. That visit did not appear in any of the photographs or any of the videos or anything that was shared publicly. But we can see as part of the diplomats tour of the Western Wall area, this is where you see them sitting. They have the model of the temple as they believe that it stood. And they're showing different things in the Western Wall as part of the tour. So this is the diplomats tour. This is not part of the public's tour. They don't see this particular part of the tour. There are some things that the public does see and some things the public does not see in the Western Wall tour. So this is not part of the public tour because it's controversial and may be viewed and construed as the Third Temple, which we believe it is portraying plans for the Third Temple. And other things that actually are the Third Temple, that's why they're not included in the video footage. I'll have links to the original video of this tour so you can watch the full tour and you can see and hear the different things that take place that you can't hear in this particular video. So here they're going over the Western Wall. They're explaining what they're seeing and what they're looking at. We're facing the temple from the east. The place where they're sitting is in the west, so they're facing the Western Wall. They're showing them in the model the different buildings and Robinson's Arch and Wilson's Arch and different things underground, which we'll see in a moment. They will give us some camera work and they will show us this room that we are monitoring, and that is why we want to provide this update. Is there anything new happening underground? Is there anything new that is significant in this other space, which we'll see shortly? I do know that last I was there was a lot of excavation, there was a lot of digging, there was huge amounts, truckloads of material, taking material and dirt from underground in this Western Wall area, out of the old city walls. Okay, that was over a year ago. So we don't know what has transpired. We don't know how far things have progressed. We don't know what is taking place in the excavations since that time in light of the whole year with the pandemic and everything else, okay? So we don't know, and we can only go by any public video or footage like this where we can see what's taking place here. So this is part of the normal tour, but then once we get a brief moment of this other space, we'll explain this other space. The other space actually they're pointing out is an old arch. I can't really point it out, but it's called Wilson's Arch, and Wilson's Arch is a unique new area they've been building out the last couple years, and in it there's a enormous room that has now been excavated. It has lots of interesting architecture there. Certainly goes back to the time of the Second Temple, Roman period. There you see the arch right there. That's called Wilson's Arch. So it's in this area that we thought that potentially something might happen related to the Third Temple, also underground. It doesn't appear to be anything significant, guys, from this footage, even though the footage is not very good. It's hard to see any type of new developments or anything, but I just want to share any information that I have because I have fielded a number of questions about this over the last year since our last update. So I'll have a link to the update in 2019, and I'll have a link to this original video as well, so you can see the rest of the tour and the other things in it. Okay, so now they're getting up, now they're going into the room, and this is the space we were talking about. Very, very large space. They're facing the western wall, and if you look down, that's where the digging is. So we're looking for them to come to the bottom and then see what they use this space for, okay? So over there, that's the Wilson Arch, remnants of the Wilson Arch. There's a circular shape there, and this area, we wanted to see if they would, complete this, what they would do. Would they do something in this space for the third temple? That's what we've been watching for. That's what we've been monitoring. I cannot report anything significant here based on this footage, but I wanted to take it and I wanted to share it with the people. Okay, so that was it. Then they leave, they go back. So let's take a look again. We'll do a little slower view. Okay, slow it down. And again, we're facing the western wall, and watch as the camera pans, it points down. As it points down, this area is really being dug out and built out. Dug out underground significantly. All right, but it doesn't appear that there's an enormous amount of change based on last year. So it's quite possible things have slowed down in light of what's transpired over the last year. So this is just an update. This is just something I want to share as part of the playlist on the third temple. Okay, even if it's not anything earth-shattering, just want to share it with the people and show you what it is, that anything that we can see publicly about the synagogue, anything about this room, any kind of footage or information that we can have, we'll try to share it with the people. So this is pretty much it. That's Wilson's Arch there. And the excavations are continuing. They're slowly going through the various layers here. Eventually they'll come up with some type of bedrock or something and come up with some type of plan for the room or space. Up above where they're standing is the men's corridor where they're praying by the western wall. Okay, so to give you an idea of where this is. And in the other video, we give you more details on where this is in relation to the western wall, in relation to the synagogue, and other details. Okay, so just wanted to provide something, guys. And anything I have, I'll be sure to share with you. So that's pretty much it. And we thank you for watching. And stay posted. We'll have more information of anything once we come across it.